let's see. Well, let's just jump right into this. So, the first thing that I wanted to talk about tonight is we got a little announcement. It's nothing new. It's something we kind of knew about, but a little bit of more official news. Ryan Coogler has previously talked about wanting to do a reboot of the X-Files. And today we found out that Hulu has ordered a pilot. That's really not a surprise. I can't imagine where else they would have landed that other than Hulu. But Hulu has officially ordered a pilot. Ryan Coogler writing and directing. Which at face value, no issues with Ryan Coogler here. I mean, he's made some decent Marvel movies. At least, he made one really good Marvel movie, and another that was okay. So, other than that, I'm not all that familiar with his work, but it's really not anything to do with him. This is a terrible idea. This is an uphill battle. This isn't like, we've talked about our excitement over Stargate coming back, which is not really, it's different. That's different. That's not a reboot. That's not erasing the Star Wars we know. I mean, the Stargate we know. That's, it's just a new season. It's probably going to be set further in the future. It's not taking away from the stories we know and love. Let's see who's in the chat here. Oh, hey man. Thanks for dropping in the chat. That's right. He did direct the Creed movies. I hadn't seen you in a while. Glad you dropped in. I don't know if you heard the first part when I first dropped in here. Tomorrow night is going to be an open invite show for anybody that would like to hop on screen, and I'll have some topics, but it'll just be open forum. So if you want to join us, let me know, and I will be sure to get you a link. Also, if you're in my Discord, I'll be dropping a link there. But, this isn't a new season. This isn't presented in any way at this point as being a continuation in any way of the original. I also can't imagine that it's a prequel. It appears to be a legitimate hard reboot. I don't really care how you cut it. When you talk about the X-Files, you're talking about a top 10 all-time sci-fi TV program. You're talking about one of the best, especially within the subgenre. You're talking about the best there is. This isn't your classic like space sci-fi. This isn't Trek. It's not Stargate. Dealing with the unexplained, the mysterious, aliens, all that stuff. This is the show. I would definitely, if you've never seen the X-Files, Andrew, I don't know what your, how much you're into that kind of stuff, but it is, as far as there's a lot of Monster of the Week type episodes where you just get a story and it's a one-off. Sometimes those things come back around later, but there's an overarching, there's an arc, what they call the mythology arc, which is a running arc through the whole thing. It's a really good show. I'm not exaggerating when I say within its subgenre, it's a top 10 sci-fi program. Within its subgenre, it's king. Man, a hard reboot that's just a hard sell. At this point, I've seen nothing that makes me even remotely intrigued. When you read what we have so far for a description, it just sounds, I don't know what it's going to bring. I don't know what it brings new. The details that we have so far, the series will center on two vastly different but accomplished FBI agents who form an unlikely partnership when reopened to investigate cases involving the paranormal UFOs conspiracy and then explained. Now, that's just literally the original, more or less the original show. Of course, it says echoing the classic Mulder Scully dynamic, but with a fresh and diverse take. I mean, you know, I don't want to be that guy, but let's, you're not selling a show anymore when you say, we're going to take this thing you love and we're going to give it a fresh, diverse take. Like, you can do it, but there's certain things you just don't have to say out loud when you're trying to sell something. Yeah, so Andrew says, I don't mind the one-offs actually watching. Yeah, I mean, I would say the show's about half one-offs, bottle episodes, and half the mythology arc. And it's just all kind of intermixed. And it's more, you know, typical 70s, 80s, 90s sci-fi in that way, where our characters are going to get development even in these bottle episodes, but they're also going to do... you know, you get a lot of things where you just get to kind of tell a serialized, you get to tell a story that you don't have to worry about continuing. And there's a good bit of that. And I mean, there's a lot of really, really great, in fact, a lot of the best single episodes are one-offs. So it's a really good show. I agree. Studios are out of ideas. This one though is, this is akin to saying, hey, we're going to do Firefly, but full reboot. People are going to freak out. Like, I have yet to talk to one serious Stargate fan that's excited about this. I'm sure they're out there, but nobody I've talked to. And there's not a lot to say about it at this point. It's just a pilot. You know, fact that they've ordered a pilot doesn't mean they're ever going to make this show. Doesn't even mean we'll ever see the pilot. But it's coming, and it looks like they have set Danielle Deadweiler as the lead. At least one of the leads. I do not know her work at all. So we will just have to sit back and see where they go with it. But I'm not hopeful. Not that I won't give it a chance. I will. That's what we do. But not hopeful at all. It's just, and like I said, it's really nothing to do with the people involved here. It's these hard reboots. The success rate of reboots like this are not zero, but they're awfully close. The only ones that really generally have, you know, real success with that sort of thing are, you know, animated series get away with it, but you can, you know, that's a whole different story when you're doing it with animation, in my opinion. Like, I think that's just different. You know, the Avatar, The Last Airbender shows, you know, had a successful reboot, but, you know, from animated to live action, again, a little bit different. And honestly, as much as it's, you know, been enjoyable to watch with the kids, it's not on par with the original. The best thing I can think of as far as hard reboots is Lost in Space. If you have not watched that, Lost in Space on, gosh, I want to say that was a Netflix series, just absolutely crushed it. I had zero faith in that one, and they crushed it. So, you know, I'm not saying it's impossible, but definite uphill fight. Hey there, sci-fi fans. We hope you enjoyed this clip from a previous live stream of the Science Fictionary podcast. We hope you'll go check out other episodes. We hope you'll hit that like and that subscribe button. And please go check out all of our friends over at the Red5 Network. And as always, may the Force be with you.